Moving on from the serenity of my experience at the car park, I wanted to have another attempt at finding peace in a centralised location and headed to Chichester train station. Besides, there were travel restrictions, so surely it wouldn't be as busy as usual. I was wrong. After arriving at the station, I looked around for an opportune place to meditate. Much to my dismay, all of the benches were filled, and I was forced to sit on a step by the side of the bridge, concealed from those in my immediate vicinity. Seemingly, not much was different in this space. At the car park, a mutual respect had been acquired between myself and my environment. The train station, rather, seemed to be a confrontation, a power struggle between urgency and tranquility. In spite of this, I sat down and stared towards the apartment buildings that lay ahead of me and began to breathe in. I struggled to get comfortable at first, beginning my meditation in one position and rearranging my legs shortly after closing my eyes. I started breathing deeply, applying more focus to the expanding and retracting of my diaphragm, something I didn't need to do as rigorously in the previous places I had travelled to. This helped ground me. Perhaps ground is the wrong word, as I was visualising a coastline shore, and my breathing served as the ocean waves washing up on the surface. The experience was okay at first. Despite the distractions, I managed to relax at least, although after a while it seemed like I was subconsciously seeking these distractions. Anything to remind me that I was by a busy road, forced to engage with the innocuous etchings of modern-day survival that I had been conditioned with since birth. A couple nearby were having a bilingual conversation in a language I was not familiar with. My mind studio began to focus on track 2, the translation. My ego was strong that day. I wanted the satisfaction of solving the mystery, and attempted to piece together words and phrases I was hearing. No, I thought. My mind is not here to think. It's to observe. I returned my focus to my breathing and noticed a quicker rhythm than I was used to. I could sense the invasive squinting of curious gazers, the notorious feeling of judgment looming over my futile attempts to find peace. My heart rate began to intensify, and my mind was a jumbled cable of thoughts with no current. I brought my attention back to the breath once more, in the hope that I would return to a safe vantage point, but to no avail. Shortly thereafter, the penetrating siren of the level crossing induced apprehension of the busy road that would become a hindrance, lingering and ever present. As the first car stopped at the gates with his window down, my mind studio focused on track 4, the hurtful comments to his friend about my appearance. In fairness, he was right. I did look terrible. This insecurity was already peering out from within, so hearing it only confirmed the truth. Once the train had arrived, my astral body tried to board in an attempt to escape the congested judgment of those surrounding me. As my train departed, so too did the hope of escape, leaving my spirit behind, trapped in a station of negative thought trains. Peace would not be found here, I thought, and in opening my eyes, my analogy had become a reality that I desperately needed to detach from. The attack made upon my ego had taken full control of my conscious self, leaving me in a crowded headspace that reflected the busy station. If there was such a peace, it would surely be in Brighton by now.